Caution, there will be much sneak dissing in this video. To friend, foe, and stranger. But I'm not going to say no names. You know them kind on here who figure that because they don't say a person's name, that person has no reason to see themselves as being targeted and harassed. It's if the only way a person can be identified is by name. No, not by height or weight or eye color or fingerprints or hair color or dental records, nothing. Only by name is a person able to identify themselves. I'm talking about part of the problem people. People who like to see other people as the bullies. Everybody on here is bullying and stalking and harassing people except for them. So they've been on here like, yeah, I can't wait for YouTube to silence all these evil people and purify this toxic environment. Everyone is a contributor to the atmosphere's toxicity except for them. They'll reclassify their attempted murder into aggravated battery, just so they can convince themselves that they're not just as trifling as the people who they want YouTube to make disappear. But you don't attack people like we do. You be critiquing people. You don't be bashing people. You be giving your assessment of them. These are the things y'all tell yourselves. Cuba Gooding has been playing. He's been playing. To ask the question to these people, the ones who've been saying that they want YouTube to purify this place with fire. Cuba been playing to ask them, who gets to say what's harassment? Cuba or the lady? Cuba or the intended target? Who gets to say what's harassment? Cuba or the judge? Cuba or the prosecutor? Cuba or Cuba's defense attorney? Cuba or the law? Ask Cuba, man. Cuba be like, hell no, I ain't do shit. The harassing that y'all do, according to y'all haven't been harassing no one. These are the people I've been hearing saying that they want it shut down on here. Or they'll find something that they don't do, right? They'll be like, well, you don't see me on here talking about people's kids. Or you don't see me on here doxing people. They'll find something that they don't do, and they'll use that to dip themselves in holy water, just so they can tell themselves that they're different from the rest of us warlords on here. Or like the clapback Negro. The Negro on here who always fighting people, but they're never the aggressor. They're always only clapping back. They never initiated the contact. No, they're only defending themselves all the time. That's the clapback Negro. Everyone else is the problem, and everyone else always started it with them. This dude on here, he's a I didn't say your name Negro. We're going to test him to see if me not saying his name will work, like he be wanting that to mean something when he talks about other people on a constant basis without saying their name. Him and a lot of other people like to use what I call sound the alarm words like harassing and harassment, or other alarm words like toxic. People be on here harassing people. People have made YouTube toxic. He uses words like that and he says stuff like that. But not him though. He's a good person and YouTube needs more good people like him. Now this dude, he said he tried to set up some interviews. And he said that they said no. Know why? Because of what was on his channel, which was a mess. He comes on here at least on 3 different occasions yelling. Yelling about who? Himself?
Wrong.
He yelled at everyone else. Said it's other people's fault for him messing up his channel. Now you that's listening, because you are a sane person that just heard that, did you not say to yourself, hey, wait a minute, how is he going to blame other people? Because did the people who told him no say that they wouldn't do interviews with him because of other people and what's on other people's channel? Or did they say no because of what's on his channel? Didn't you ask yourself that? Yes, of course you did, because you have common sense and you can see that this guy is part of the problem, but he wants to blame everybody and everything else for his addiction. That's exactly what you told yourself, isn't it? And he can't respond back. Why? Well, because I didn't say his name or put his name in the title. But that's what he and other people do to people. They talk about folks all the time, but they excuse themselves from it in various ways. And he hangs around the same people that he says he wants to see taken out of here. He even tries to steal or siphon off particles of their audience from them. He's a hater. And there's a lot of people on here like that. And he can't respond. Because how could he respond? How could he know if I'm talking about him if I didn't say his name? But if I know him, he'll try to respond. He'll try to explain, and when he does, I'm going to light his ass up brighter than this Christmas that's coming up next month. He's been harassing the same people for months or years. But of course, ask him, and it's not harassment. He's not toxic. Only other people are. And here's why I'm the head doctor. I'm going to open up some heads and hearts today and see what's in them. I'm going to declassify some pineal glands and open up some chakras today. See what's in these folks who refuse to know themselves. We're going to know thyself today. Weaklings in the heart and in the brain. And we're all weak in this and that. Couldn't put the bottle down on our own, so it took for the doctor to remove our liver to get us to stop drinking. Couldn't put the spoon down on our own, so we preferred to get our stomach stapled, so now we literally can't eat as much. Locked up, we had this term called getting rescued. Not arrested, rescued. Rescued, not arrested, because the way you was living out in the streets, you would have been dead soon. One more needle in your arm, it would have been your last if the cops didn't just happen to roll up on you and take you to jail for warrants. The homies was plotting on murdering you for your sack and taking your place. So it's a good thing that the police raided your house first and took you to jail for drug trafficking. These people who want YouTube to drain the swamp are too weak to just move into a different space in how they move on here. They're addicted to the blood bathing we do, so they figure that YouTube getting rid of people can help them with their addiction to the stress and strife. YouTube is their rescued. Plenty of things they can do instead of all this fussing and fighting and gossiping we be doing. Race warring, class warring, gender warring, color warring, and all else. Too weak to get away from it, so you need big government to save you. You are the problem, too. I can see on these other sites y'all been on. These accounts that y'all done opened up, I've been there. And guess what I see? I see you over in these places doing the same talk you do on here about the same people, places, and things. You the goddamn problem on here too, just like me who enjoys watching niggas cut each other's throats. Prove that y'all can do something different. These next few weeks. No, don't wait till the 10th. Now. Quick cold turkey and show us what you got. If y'all so different, let us see from you what YouTube should look like. 3 weeks. Let's see that you're not one of us. Let's see it. Show us. Be the change you want to see. Lead by example. Let's go. Show us what you're made of. Because looking at y'all's channels, you look just like another turd in this bowl. Float to the top. Go ahead. So let's see you do it. Y'all's attitude is what gets creepy child toucher Joe's crime bill enacted into law. Locked every damn body up. All that crying for help. He gave them some help. And you yourselves who claim you want to see YouTube sweep the place clean been on here sounding deeply concerned about what might happen to you and your channel. I've been listening to the concern in you clowns' voices. I can hear that you're a bit worried. Y'all's attitude is how people have ended up under dictatorships. The Jews did it. It's their fault. They're the evil ones. Then Hitler/YouTube comes in to save the Germans. Led countless amounts of Germans to their slaughter, and the country's debt will never be paid. Y'all's attitude is how people end up under people like Chairman Mao. There to save them from the evils of China. He ended up murdering millions of them. All that crying out, reporting people, flagging people, suing Google because people online messing with you. Now we're all going to get saved. What other federal law is only in one place and don't apply to the nation? I'm talking to the ones who want this place blown up because they think that they can relocate to Vimo, a BitChute, a Black Spot, a Black Junction, or somewhere. Think you can run from this Coppa stuff and whatever else they got coming. And you folks trying to run to these other sites, y'all remind me of my cousin. He good now, been good about 6 years, I think. Dope fiend, serious dope fiend. Gotta weigh him before he come in your house and on his way out to try to make sure he ain't trying to take none of your shit with him. Gotta make sure he still weigh the same. Terrible out here to the family, burnt us all 1,000 times. Family decided to move him to Atlanta. Worked, right?
Wrong. Wrong.
No, didn't work. Why? Well, because Atlanta got dope too. Can't relocate a dope fiend. Only help helps. He eventually got it. You folks running to these other sites, guess what? You're taking you with you. Now, a word that I hate to use. Haters. People overuse that word. People use that word way too much. But the ones who can't get up to where these people are, you want to see them silenced. You want YouTube to level the playing field because you're too damn sorry to step your own game up. You're jealous of these people but lack the skill to get there, so you want YouTube to help you. You want their audience. You wish you had it, but you're too damn lame to get it. Me, I haven't got too much or too close to anything I've been wanting to see happen. I've failed so far. But that don't mean I'd like to see these clowns stripped. I'd rather work my fingers to the bone first. Like it's their fault that they got what it takes and I don't.